What's up, everybody? It's your girl, Abrielle, and this is Give and Go Podcast Interview Edition. And I have a very special guest here, my girl, Jennifer.
Hello, everybody. Thank you for having me.
Oh, thank you for coming, girl. Me and Jennifer have been friends for quite some time. I started modeling when I was like 19, so she met the young Abrielle, and she has been a great friend of mine, very genuine, kind-hearted. She has her own boutique, McCray's Style Boutique, and you guys definitely know her in Detroit. She has been a staple, in my opinion, as far as fashion and things of that sort. So I'm going to leave it to her to go ahead and introduce herself. So yeah, let the viewers know who you are and what you do.
Oh, wow. Thank you. Look, she said a lot. So first of all, let me say Abrielle has always been very elegant, very classy, sophisticated young lady. Let me just say that. And mature. You conduct yourself in your business in a very professional way, and that's appreciated.
Thank you, friend.
So yeah, I am Jennifer McCray, owner of McCray's Style Boutique. I am also a children's book author, Adventures of Dancing Josh. We excited about that.
Shout out to little Josh.
Yes, my son, he's 7 years old and he is doing big things. Mama won't have it no other way.
Oh, period.
So we're actually doing a fundraiser right now for him where we've got 5 books written total so far, and we're working on getting the graphics done for the other 3 books and putting all 5 books of the collection out and having them sold on Amazon and everything. So I'm excited. So it's adventuresofdancingjosh.com right now, and you can order Dancing Josh and the Puppies and Dancing Josh Climbs Toy Mountain. Those are the 2 books that we have out so far.
So y'all make sure y'all get that, and I'll put that information in the description box below.
Yes, please, and thank you.
Yeah,
everything is going good.
That's
It's just
good.
one great thing after I started Toastmasters. I told you
That's
that.
what you was talking about.
And that organization's been around for 100 years.
So for those of you who don't know what Toastmasters is, it helps you to public speak. It gives you the tools and fundamentals on how to be a public speaker, and that's what Jen has been getting into.
Absolutely. There's a lot of things that I see popping up. You know how Google is, the algorithm, as soon as you start looking into something, it keeps throwing things your way. So there's a lot of public speaking platforms out there, but Toastmasters has been around for 100 years. And I'm grateful to be a part of Great Lake Real Orators who have had their chapter for 20 years. So it's some mature speakers who put you on a pathway of just being able to uplift and motivate. And if you're an executive or somebody like yourself who wants to get into hosting a show, doing more presentation type work, definitely want to look into Toastmasters. And then there's the IAW, International Association of Women. I just recently joined them for mentorship and just guidance. And they're saying, well, you should be mentoring. And I'm like, when a mentor needs mentoring.
How do you go about that? Right. Like, I need help too sometimes.
Yeah, but that's the thing. Like, we're on this journey.
Yeah.
And the more we learn, the more we realize there's still so much we don't know.
Yeah, it's a lot that you never want to be the smartest in the room. I was just saying that not too long ago. You always want to keep yourself available to learning and understanding more from different people as well. So
yeah,
that's really good. So let's talk fashion.
Okay.
What made you want to have a boutique? What made you start getting into fashion? And when did you start that?
Well, as a kid, I was the one showing up in elementary and middle school with a suit on. Like, my mother always had me, like, dope, like, just super dressed up with the skirt and the matching little sweaters, and always had my hair done. I had my little Mary Janes with the matching socks. And going into high school, when I started working a job and could shop for myself, you remember Wilson's Leather? I don't know if you remember. Okay, Wilson's Leather. I had, like, the leather pants with the matching jacket.
Oh, you was sharp.
Suits on. Yes. Like, I just always loved fashion, but not just any fashion. Like, I love high fashion. I love Detroit fashion because we always stood out. And I would collect Vogue magazines as a child. And I remember Ralph Lauren coming out with like a red velvet blazer. And then everybody came out with their version of the red velvet suit, you know. And it was just so many things that I felt I could really express myself.
Yeah.
I can express myself, be bold, be loud, without having to say a word. That's what fashion is for me. Style. You
Mhm.
know, you can express who you are without having to say a word. So it just kind of came naturally. And then I would dress my friends. My friends say, "Oh, can I wear this? Can I wear that?" And I
Mhm.
was, of course you can. Like, it
Yeah.
was fun for me to play dress up like most girls.
Yeah.
So it just naturally went from, this is just who I am, to dressing my friends, then becoming a stylist. And I said, "Oh, I don't have enough clothes. Might as well open up a boutique."
Yeah. One thing I love about your clothes and just your brand as a whole is like you really cater to the grown woman.
I try my
Like you
best.
really do. Like you put clothes out that's still sexy, but you also represent the individuals who understand that you don't have to show everything in order to be sexy.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like you really do cater to the grown woman. She got some incredible pieces, y'all. I've been able
Thank
to
you.
model for her and just, anytime I needed clothes for a photo shoot, I call Jen. And she's also challenged the way that I look at fashion and the way that I dress now as a 28-year-old mom. That's important. So you definitely do that, friend.
Well,
You do a
thank
good
you.
job.
That was
You
a
welcome.
goal when I set out. That was a
Mhm.
goal because I don't dress like that. And being a professional woman in certain rooms and certain environments, we want to be sexy. We don't want to lose our femininity while getting dressed, but at the same time, we also want to be respected.
Yes, absolutely.
And we want to put ourselves in a room where we're commanding that respect.
Mhm.
We're allowing ourselves to be in a space and keep our femininity, and stay in that feminine space. And so I'm big on a suit.
I love a
I'm
suit.
big on a suit. You might see like suits with flowers.
Mhm.
You might see a maxi dress that might be like a little bit off the shoulder, but then, we're still long, not showing too much. So I don't know. I always want to stay in the femininity, but at the same time, the respect is also very
Important. Yeah.
necessary in the messaging that we're putting out. We have to be responsible for that. And when you're walking around with no clothes on, in a professional setting, especially, you know what you're doing.
Yeah.
So if somebody, a man or a woman, approaches you and they're soliciting you in a sexual way, are you really inviting that energy?
Right.
Is that the energy that you yourself, as you were getting dressed? Like, I know me, when I'm getting dressed and I get sexy on purpose.
Mhm.
When I show cleavage, I know exactly what I'm doing. I know exactly how I'm feeling. And that energy that you're feeling within, yeah, you attract that without.
Yeah.
And so we have to be accountable for the messaging that we're putting out here in our clothes. And that's also one thing that I always want to say. You'll hear me repeat my daily style tips. Number one, address how you feel. To dress, decide, how do I want to feel? Shop the budget and then dress the goal.
Mhm.
So if you're feeling down or if you're feeling sad and you want to change how you feel, that's also our responsibility.
Yeah.
If you're saying, like I said, you want to feel sexy, you have to take accountability for that.
Mhm.
That's the energy that you're carrying with you when you decide to get dressed and you decide to go out. And then it's okay to shop the budget. I'm a
Mhm.
thrift store shopper.
Girl, it's so many hidden gems at the thrift store. A person will be surprised, especially if you find a good thrift store.
Yes.
Girl, I'll be in there like, oh my God, I'm not telling anybody where I got this
Well,
the
shout
whole
out to Great
time.
Centers of Hope out here, because they
Yeah.
definitely, I can remember when I was starting over, I had moved back home and I was in Michigan Works and I didn't have much of anything. And I didn't want to volunteer because my career was really at its peak when I decided to quit and come back home and focus on family. And I didn't have any money and I didn't want the same old clothes. And I had to volunteer. And I was complaining to God. I was praying. I was complaining. And God said, do what I told you to do.
Mhm.
And I said, please help me fix my attitude. Just please help me fix my attitude and be in a grateful space. And I went in there with a smile on my face. And I ended up finding some of the most incredible things. And I will tell you, your wardrobe will open up doors for you.
Literally.
A smile on your face, gratitude in your heart, and a nice outfit will open up so many doors for you. Please write that down.
Yes. And we're gonna make sure we got a special clip for that. So
Yeah.
we can put it out. It will literally shift the whole trajectory of the mission that you are on. So yes, I totally agree with that. Now let's talk family dynamic. What type of family do you come from? Have you always been supported in your dreams? How difficult was it for you to stay in this space and continue to push on in this career?
I come from a religious home. Um,
Christians?
Christians, Jehovah's Witness.
Okay.
Jehovah's Witnesses do accept Jesus Christ as their Lord and Savior.
Mhm.
But they're very strict in a lot of their traditions. No celebrating holidays, no celebrating birthdays, and really the association is big. We really are encouraged to only associate with each other. And then coming up for me in my household, we were not encouraged to go to college. College was something like, oh, you should just take a trade. You know, I resented that. I did. I resented that. I went to college, even though I couldn't afford it. It was a struggle for me, and then it just got to be too much money. Like it just got to be way too much. Um, I was disfellowshipped as a Jehovah's Witness, and so that was very hard. I lost all communication with my brother, my mother, my father, and most of the friends that I grew up with. That I was kind of like, look, these are your friends now, right? My family kind of got pushed to the side, and then the Jehovah's Witnesses became my friends. So when I was disfellowshipped, I couldn't talk to them.
What does that mean?
You're disassociated from the congregation, period.
Oh,
So
wow.
if someone is to see you, they just look the other way.
Like
They
disown,
just
basically, at
disown.
that point.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. So support, nah. Like it wasn't. But now, now I made the decision to come home.
Mhm.
I knew that the problems that we were facing, the issues that we were facing was not caused by anything that we did to each other.
Mhm.
Um, Unfortunately, I experienced a sexual assault at 18 years old, which I clammed up. I didn't talk about it. I didn't know how to express myself. I was still having a hard time processing. I didn't want to believe it happened. And I didn't want to believe it happened until he called me at my job. He called me at my job and threatened me. And you better not tell anybody. And I was like, okay, so officially something did happen, right? We were drinking. We were 18. I was 18 years old. We had just graduated high school. My curfew had just got extended to midnight.
Mhm.
And I was with a group of other Jehovah's Witnesses, so I was sure that everything was going to be fine and I would be home by midnight in no sweat. But I do believe that this particular individual just had something up his sleeve
Mhm.
because he bought alcohol for all of us underage 18-year-olds. And you don't see things coming.
You don't.
Young people, I haven't had anything to drink since May. I didn't just quit drinking at that time because I spiraled out into just a lot of negativity. But we got to be careful with the drinking, and you don't know these people.
Yeah, you can't trust
You
everybody.
cannot trust everybody. And I thought that I was in a situation definitely with people that I could trust. And when things happen, how are we processing? I did not have the emotional maturity. I did not have the words to process what happened to me. And I just became very quiet. And my mother could tell that something was wrong. And so she sent me to see a therapist because she could tell that I wasn't opening up to her. And then I wasn't opening up to the therapist. So then that, it didn't come out until much later. It was 2 years. 2 years later,
Wow.
that it finally, almost 2 years later, that it finally came out what happened. Because one of the other young ladies, something happened with her. And so everybody in that group that night had to go before the congregation and just kind of, um, admit what happened. And I still didn't remember everything.
Yeah.
And I just wanted to go. Like, I just wanted to leave. I didn't want to be a part of the congregation at that time. I wanted to have my own relationship with God, and I wanted to have it for myself on my own. And, He would prove to me who He is to me. And I was just very, very hurt. I was very, very hurt. And so the support was not there when I started my career, and it didn't come until much later. So I am good with my family now.
That's good.
I did go back to the Kingdom Hall to get reinstated so that I could have the conversations, so that I could address those things. I am in therapy. I have
That's
been in
really good.
therapy for a long time because it's very important to learn how to communicate. And we don't know the words to express how we're feeling all the time. And so therapy helped me to find the language, and also reading. Lots of reading, lots of journaling, helped me to learn how to express myself because I just clammed up.
Yeah.
I just clammed up.
I also have been sexually assaulted. So hearing that, that's like how I felt. You don't realize stuff when you're young, but later on as you get older, you be like, dang, I never gave you consent to do those things. I
Yeah.
didn't want to. And it's a lot of young ladies that are being coerced as well. A lot of older gentlemen, they'll manipulate them or say certain things or make them feel a certain way because they original answer was no.
Yeah.
Well, if you do it, I'll
Right.
do this or I'll give you that. But you are incredibly strong. And I even salute you for even going back and saying, I'm not going to allow this to change anything. But
Yeah.
I'm also going to use my voice to make sure that y'all understand that these things aren't acceptable.
They're not. They're not. And being quiet about it only made it worse for me. Not addressing what was going on inside of me, trying to keep it a secret, the denial. I was more concerned about my parents' reputation in the congregation than I was addressing the person that, and it's still hard for me. It still requires that I go to therapy. I still have dreams about it because I blacked out.
Yeah.
And that's what the alcohol will do, where you'll remember only bits and pieces of what happened. And I blamed myself for a very long time for putting myself in that situation. When, like I said, I was 18 years old. I just got my curfew extended. I
That is
didn't
not
think
your
that I was
fault.
doing anything wrong. It's not my fault.
It's not your
I
fault.
know it's not my fault now.
Yeah, but back
But back
then, you're
then,
beating yourself up.
even saying that it's not your fault, the feeling
That
of
come with it.
everything that's coming at you and how you processing it, it feels like you
It's your fault.
messed
Yeah.
up. Like you messed up. And how can I fix this? And you can't undo what just happened. There's no undoing that.
Yeah.
And so now it's coping. How do I cope? And then it's self-medicating. It became more drinking. It was, let me get away from these people. Let me get out of this house. Let me just go. I want to be by myself. I isolated myself from everybody. Those are very, very dangerous things to isolate yourself.
Isolation is
And I became subject and very vulnerable to men, right? Like, oh, I got your back. I'm going to protect you. I got you. Not at all. Not at all. And I was very, very young. And I'm going to tell you, I never stopped praying. I never stopped reading my Bible. I did have an incredible amount of guilt. And when you feel unworthy and you have imprisoned yourself with guilt and shame, it is very hard to believe in the good things that God has for you.
Yes, it is.
It's very hard to move forward in life. And I didn't even know I was stuck.
Yeah.
Because remember, I wasn't talking to my family. I wasn't talking to the people I grew up with. I had no one encouraging me to do better or do different, or it was me, my Bible, and God. And I had a lot of negativity around me. I made a lot of bad decisions, a lot of promiscuity at that age, because I was looking for love in all the wrong places, like we do.
Yeah.
And I would like to encourage anybody out there now that's watching this, journal.
Yeah.
Try your best to write out what happened as if you're telling your best friend a story. And talk about how you felt when it happened, if you can. Because I'll tell you this, when I started working on my book, it sent me back to therapy.
Yeah, because now you're unleashing things that you never knew was there.
It unlocked so much stuff and so many memories. I had to take a pause. But the journaling and talking about it and going to therapy definitely helped me get to a place where I am now. And where I am now is loving myself.
Absolutely.
Where I am now is wanting who God is in my life to be seen. And the reflection of his glory and the reflection of his goodness to be seen in me, that he sees me as worthy, that I can let the guilt and the shame go.
I'm trying so hard not to cry.
Girl.
I am fighting for my life right now, and I have to crack a little jokey joke because it's getting real. I'm so serious.
But, it's just one of those things where I do care. I absolutely care. When you young ladies come to me and you so full of spirit and spunk and sassiness, and you walk in that runway and you feeling yourself, I want the best for you. And you more than what you look like.
Yeah.
I had a mentor tell me, get out the mirror and pick up a book.
Oh.
And it hurt my feelings, but I did it.
Yeah.
And it was the best thing that ever happened to me. And I went, it actually was network marketing. I went on like a 3-year journey. No weave, no contacts.
You used to wear contacts too?
Oh, man.
Like different
gray.
colors? Gray?
Man, those gray color blends back in the day.
Wow.
Yes, I had the gray color blends back in the day, and I had an auburn with blonde streaks. You'll still see me pull a weave out every once in a while, all the way down. Back then, it was like 2003.
So do you think that at such a young age with all these things happening, do you think that may have contributed to maybe an identity crisis?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I had I had a more firmer grip on who I was in middle school than I did after all those things happened to me. And then to think that you somehow have lost God's approval.
That's like the worst feeling in the world.
That's the worst feeling in the world. You go from being clean and you go from like, oh, it's okay if I love someone and we're getting married. It's okay. Even that's wrong, right?
Yeah.
We're not supposed to commit fornication, but that was still my choice.
Yeah.
But to have my choice taken away from me in such a way and then not remember everything. Like, that's why I don't call it rape. I just call it assault, because I woke up with him on top of me and I don't remember what happened. But I do remember the threat that came next. I do remember that I was drunk and I blacked out.
It was rape because you never gave him consent.
I never gave him consent, but I don't know if I was ever penetrated. And I didn't go to the hospital. I didn't go to the doctor. That's what I'm saying. Like, no one was there to protect me, and I didn't protect myself because I became quiet and silent. I didn't tell anybody anything.
But let me ask you this. Have you ever felt protected in your life by the people who were supposed to protect you? Now, let's not even talk about the Jehovah's Witness community. But have you ever, has Jennifer ever, the little girl Jennifer, in the older version, the high school version of Jennifer, has she ever felt protected by those who were supposed to protect her?
Once upon a time, yes. Yes. And it's a great feeling to feel safe and to feel protected. Yes, I was daddy's girl. I was daddy's girl, and I had my older brother. He beat anybody up that messed with his little sister, you know. And I had my cousin. We all called him Hoop, you know, and I knew that I could call him and he'd kick anybody's butt, you know. And, you know, that was my village. That was my family. But I didn't tell my family right away what happened to me. Yeah. I was ashamed.
What did that look like when you finally did? Because I can imagine how a parent would feel finding out something. Like if EJ or Amaya ever came to me years later and told me something that happened to them, I would crash out, literally.
Oh my gosh.
So how did that make your mom or your dad feel?
Oh.
And again, you don't have to go into detail about things, but you know, what did that look like?
I think some things were said that they would probably take back if they could. And I love my parents dearly, and I know that they love me. But the things that were said cut me so deep. I didn't know how deep I was cut until I went and tried to live my life and be in a relationship, and it was all so unhealthy. And I guess God was wrong with me. What's wrong with me? Why can't I move forward? Why am I not growing? What's wrong with me? To be cut off from those people who are supposed to protect you, the place that you felt safe, the place where you were loved once.
Yeah.
And all in the name of God, you know. I didn't turn around. I didn't turn from my ways and straighten up. I didn't repent. I said, I want to leave. And they said, Jennifer, please stay. Jennifer, please turn around. Please, Jennifer, please stay. Come back, come back. And I was like, I'm not coming back. I'm leaving. Yeah. I'm hurt. I'm in pain. And I want to know God for myself. But I was just so hurt. I was just so hurt. When I finally made the decision to come home, it was 15 years later. Wow. I never thought I was coming home. Like, I left. Like, I'm never coming back. Like, I will figure this out. I'm never coming home. But I can remember being in Las Vegas in my condo, and things were going good in my career, but horrible in my personal life. Yeah. And I kept hearing my brother's voice. I kept hearing my brother's voice in the TV. And I'm like, I am not crazy. Why does everybody sound like my brother?
Sometimes God will speak to you in familiar voices of those around you.
Well, I felt like it. I felt like he was speaking to me and called me, telling me, take my butt home. Yeah. And it gave me strength. Hearing my brother's voice made me miss him when all those years I was trying not to think about him. Mm-hmm. I was trying to somehow close the door on my family. But I missed them terribly. And then I started to miss them even more. And then it made me sick. And I couldn't get out of bed. And, you know, at the time, my career was going pretty good in Las Vegas. Mm-hmm. You know, I was getting, I don't even know how many magazines I got published in. It was probably like four or five. I had a good partner. Shout out to Trina Marie. Classy lady, really had my back. My child's father, he really believed in me. Mm-hmm. And he can see that I was stuck, and I would sketch designs. I would sketch dresses and designs, and he saw my sketches, and he was like, man, you dope. Like, what are you doing with yourself? Like, why are you in the bed? Like, get up. Like, I'm finna introduce you to everybody. And that's what he did. And they liked me. They gravitated towards me, and he was like, "You
wouldn't like you if you don't like Jennifer. You just a hater for real. Like, if you say you don't like this woman right here, it's something wrong with you." And I'm labeling you as a hater because just like, who wouldn't? You have such a beautiful spirit and a beautiful soul and a beautiful personality.
Thank you.
And she got all the spaz and sass, y'all. Like, and she'll tell you like. No. Like
Much
when we were
love.
talking about coming on here, it was like we were talking about what we was gonna wear or, our business, aspect. And she was like, well, you can't be too sexy. I gotta get you something, but you can't be too sexy. We on the podcast now, but I'm gonna buy something. And she be sending me little stuff like, do you like this and that? But you're a beautiful person, Jen.
Thank you.
And you deserve the world and everything. Like, even though your upbringing, it was, different and it was a struggle for you, look at where you are now. Because when I say, like, can't nobody in Detroit say they don't know her, you know her from something. Whether it's a magazine, whether it's her boutique, whether it's at a party, you know her from something.
Thank
you are a Jill of all trades. I'm not even going to tell them half of the stuff that you know how to do that we be talking about, but she can really do it all. She's professional about it. Like, she has a passion for it. So she don't come to play.
No.
And I love that about you. And I feel like that's why me and you have always been here, because even though we, kind of on different paths, I've always been like, I love your certain
honesty.
stuff.
Yeah, I love your honesty and your direct nature.
Yeah.
And that's very important because in the entertainment industry and even in fashion, people will call for you to compromise yourself or compromise your character or your morals. It's okay to say no.
Yeah. Yeah, I've been in positions where they used to try to make me feel bad. What I was a part of. Other individuals would be more willing to do stuff. And I noticed when I'd be like, no, I don't want to, you know what I'm saying?
And that's a history of women.
Yeah.
Right? Like, shout out to all the women entertainers who are having their kids and having their families. Because when we was growing up, I know in the 90s, women were not having kids. They were not doing it all. The industry was telling them, you cannot have a family. You cannot have children. You have to be all about your career in order to make it. And times are different now. Times have changed now. And that's a beautiful thing that we've been able to evolve in that way and stand on no.
Yeah.
Stand on it. And one of the reasons I think things were like that, because we were so controlled by men.
Yeah.
And we've fought to have our own individuality, our own shows, our own projects, our own magazines, manage ourselves. And we don't have a man telling us, no, you can't do this or no, you can't do that. And I also want to say this. I don't bash men.
No, this is not bad.
We definitely need each other.
Absolutely.
And I think that we can even do a better job supporting one another, men and women, personally and in the industry. We gotta leave sex out of it, though.
Yeah.
You gotta leave sex out of it. It's hard to hold that level of respect and that level of esteem if all you want to do is have sex with this person sitting in front of you. And that goes for men and women. Sometimes I think that it definitely, it's not even sometimes, it definitely clouds your judgment. And it takes things on a whole other path, an unnecessary path. And but I still, like I said, I believe that men and women, we definitely need each other in this industry. And if the women aren't having children, the men aren't having children.
Right.
We should be able to be in this industry and thrive and have families.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, so I'm definitely all about this new era now. Even in sports, Serena, they're having children, they're getting married, they're having their families.
More normal.
Yeah, it wasn't back in the day, so I'm happy to see that.
Me too. So let's talk about these pieces we got on.
Okay.
Jen brought some of her pieces from her boutique, and she gonna tell you about this. And I'm just gonna model this sweater.
Yes.
I look good.
Absolutely, you do.
So what's the name of this sweater, Jen, that I got on?
The sweater that she's wearing right now, it's a bubble sleeve crochet knit sweater. And it's cozy, it's comfortable. It's good to be able to throw on a sweater in the fall, winter months and just go. Something that'll also be nice and warm.
Yes.
And to add to your look and add to your outfit. So this comes in the cream and it also comes in gray.
Yes, very cute.
Very
cozy, very demure. Very it.
Good. I'm happy you like
I
it.
like it, girl.
So this jacket, I love a nice denim jacket that you can throw on with many things. Like I said, fall coming up, winter coming up. Sometimes we want to have on a turtleneck or a sweater. Just put on a jacket and go. So of course, denim is always great for that. Yes. But the thing about this jacket that makes it so special, this is how it comes, y'all. So it comes with this nice, pretty, fluffy fur collar, and it comes with the fur sleeves. And if you look inside,
this jacket
here,
bad, y'all.
I love the inside of this because it's so warm. So can you see the lining starting to pop out?
Yeah.
So it comes with a really nice liner. So of course, you could take it out, right? You can take the liner out. You can take the collar off and just wear it as a nice quick accessory to put on.
I have never seen nothing like that. So these come off too?
Yeah. The sleeves come off. It's a button. You just unbutton it. And for me, I just, roll my sleeves up and get to work.
That's a 2-in-1 special.
It's a 2-in-1.
And what's the name of that jacket listed on your website? So
this is a denim jacket with fur trim.
Denim jacket and fur trim. And I'm going to place her website in the description box as well as her socials. So you all will be able to reach out and order from her boutique. Affordable prices and great quality clothing. And, Shein is cool, Fashion Nova cool, but like it's time, especially for us women, to invest in good quality clothing that can last.
Yes.
So hit my girl up.
Thank you.
What can we expect from you coming up? Like what journey are you on now with the fashion and the boutique and things like that?
So fashion, I have 2 events coming up in October with my boy Jelly Roll. I've been doing his events lately and they've been pretty good. I really like it.
Deshaun? What's his name?
No, it's not Deshaun. Not that Jelly. It's another. Yeah, it's another Jelly. He's a promoter and he's doing his event on Mound. There's a banquet hall on Mound. And he's got 2 events coming up in October. So just look out on my social media, J. McCray's Style Boutique or Jennifer McCray on Facebook, and also J. McCray's Style Boutique on Instagram. Because I always like to post the flyers. If you have me as a vendor at your event, I'm definitely going to post your flyer. I'm definitely going to promote your event. And so he does a really good job. Like, I always make bread, okay? I always do really good at his events. So I'll definitely be there. And then this weekend, I have a fundraiser coming up for Adventures of Dance and Josh, so we can get those next 3 books, the graphic done on the book. So we were like, okay, Josh, we're going to do a lemonade stand. We're going to do old school because I wanted him to count the money and give the change out and everything. It'd be a great learning experience for him. So we got all these things laid out, lemonade, cookies, and brownies, and Mom's counting it up like, man, we need to make more bread. So Mom's going to step in and make some soul food dinners, old school, like Grandma used to do it, okay?
What day is this?
So this is coming up Friday from 4 to 8. Yeah, at East Point. Yes, I'm going to send you the flyer. Let me just say this. Don't look down on people that cook dinners and bake cakes to make extra money.
Who is doing that? Because I'm always going to get me a plate.
Listen.
What's so wrong with you?
Do what you got to do. Do it old school grassroots style. Like, that's grassroots style. If you need to pay your bills or you got a goal that you want to meet, if you got a project that you're working on, you have tools in your toolbox, things that you do every day that you're good at. You might be good at crocheting.
Yeah.
Make some pillows and sell them. Something that won't take you that long to do it.
Yeah.
Maybe your specialty is pound cake. I remember growing up, everybody wanted my grandmother's pound cake. And when the season came around, it was pound cakes and sweet potato pies, and she made bread.
Yeah.
And so everybody loved my greens, y'all. So I'm going to make sure.
Listen, greens is my favorite meal. Do not play with me. I better be the first to get a plate. You better be the first fresh batch of greens and put it to the side for me.
Yes.
I need to get some greens Queens, Jen. I'm not playing.
Listen.
Friday,
Yes.
point from 4 to 8. Y'all better get there or be square.
Yes.
Help little Joshy promote his books and expand his books. That little boy is a character, okay? He gonna tell you you're not about to play with him.
Yes.
So come out and support little Josh this Friday for their fundraising event. I'm gonna also post that in the description box.
Thank you.
And how has it been, balancing being a mom and trying to tackle all the goals and things that you want to do? Girl, it'd be difficult.
You have to give yourself grace.
You do.
And you have to use your calendar.
Mm-hmm.
If it doesn't make it to the calendar, it usually doesn't get done. But you have to be flexible.
Mm-hmm.
I will say this. When it comes to me taking on a client, I make websites too. So when it comes to me taking on a client, my client has to be flexible. I do make deadlines, but people pay half the money or they pay this, and that, then they're not like, I say, you know what, Jen, once upon a time, you needed somebody to be flexible with you.
Mm-hmm.
I say all that to say, we have only 24 hours in a day. We might have 6 or 7 things on that list to get done. Mm-hmm. If we get 5 done, do not beat yourself up about the other 2.
That'd be me.
Do not, let's see.
I be trying to do 12 things at once.
Yeah.
That'd be my problem.
Yeah.
When I can't get all 12 done, I'll be like, I am a failure. How didn't I get this done?
You have to give yourself grace. I went to a coaching class with a life coach years ago, and we did the dream boards, and I put all of this stuff on my dream board, and then she said, okay, y'all, okay, everybody, I want you to take off the things that you really, really believe that you can get done in the next 90 days. Wait, I'm about to take all of this stuff off my list. Like,
right.
I can't say I'm going to get married in the next 90 days. I can't say I'm going to start my company in the next 90 days. I can't say that I'm but when it comes to making a plan for yourself and it comes to your dreams, that's how you want to think about it. Can I really honestly get these things done? And you can. Mm-hmm. As long as you take it one step at a time. Yeah. And if you got, like I said, 6 or 7 things on your list, 10, 12 things on your list, carry that list over to the next day. By the time that 90 days is up, I promise you, you would have gotten so much farther and so much done had you not did the list at all.
Right, yeah.
And you're just winging it. You got to stop winging it, create that list, because those goals that we break down into a 90-day plan of actually getting things done, that's called progress. And that's real progress that you can track. Mm-hmm. And when you can look down at your calendar at the end of the year and you said, man, at the end of 90 days, and you can say, man, I got all these things done. I made so much progress. That really boosts your confidence. Mm-hmm. And it helps you to see and believe in how much more you can get done. So I say give yourself grace and go ahead and carry it over. You still getting it done. You still chopping away at it. You still, making progress. And that's the most important thing, to make progress. We have to put our children first.
Absolutely.
We have to.
So you say you're in a season of loving yourself. So what does that look like now? Outside of fashion, outside of all the incredible things that you do, what are you doing now to make sure that you pour into yourself?
I get up at 4:30 in the morning and I pray and meditate before I start the day. I make sure I tell myself, I love you, Jennifer. You are important. You matter. I see your effort. God sees your effort. Everything will be okay. Keep working. It's working out. Look at how far you've come. Mm-hmm. I don't drink. Mm-hmm. I stopped drinking in May. I haven't had a desire to do it since. Congratulations. I had already kind of slowed down. You do your fasting here and there, and you just kind of slow down. But I just really wanted to let it go. Mm-hmm. Loving myself looks like being healthy. Mm-hmm. And I also say that in my meditation, and I thank God in my prayer that I am healthy. I'm physically healthy. I am mentally healthy. I am emotionally healthy. And I'm spiritually healthy. Mm-hmm. It's very important that we affirm to ourselves that I am healthy, and it puts you in the space as you go throughout your day to be have gratitude and to make better decisions when you get ready to eat, or you don't feel like working out, or you got that little 15-20 minute window in there, you might be able to work out. Or let me take that extra trip to the grocery store to make sure I get something healthy instead of, grabbing the fast food. Because it just affirming it to yourself. Well, for me, in the morning when I get up, like I said, I get up at 4:30 and I meditate at least a half an hour to pray and meditate. It sets the tone
of your day. Yes,
of my day. And it sets the tone for this is who I am, and I'm embodying that. I am a healthy woman. I am a wise woman. I'm creative. I'm in my gratitude. And I live an abundant life. I am a person of abundance. That's who I am. And so when we're not walking in gratitude and we having to set our intention for the day, you got this thing, this thing, this thing, this thing coming at you, and you don't know how to respond.
Yeah.
But if you know who you are and whose you are, and you've already set that tone for yourself, when things start coming at you and shooting at you, nah, man, I already know what I got going on.
Right.
And you can make better decisions for yourself.
That. And that is important. I got to get back to it, girl, because I've been tired, but I used to get up about 5 a.m. praying and head to the gym because I feel like working out early in the morning, it just gets you energized. You be like, I can tackle whatever.
Yes.
So that is
that yoga important. In the morning for me is everything. That stretching.
Girl, yes.
And to that self-love. I mean, I was the one going out for a party. Let me go out with my homegirls. Let me go to this restaurant, have a few drinks, go on a date. That's not loving myself. It doesn't bring me a level of peace. It doesn't bring me a level of calm. And when I'm truly loving on myself, that's what it feels like. It feels like peace within, like a true inner joy and true peace and confidence within. It's not all of the outer fluff. That's totally what self-love feels like.
I agree. As we were talking about community earlier, in this new space that you're in now, do you feel like you have a strong knit community of people that like you could depend on, like girlfriends or especially like in the industry, like you got your few people you could call?
I do. And you are one of them. Yeah. You are definitely one of them. And then I work with Love I Am sometimes. They've always been around a model. Yeah. Yep. Love I Am. Sheena Wright has always been a good friend of mine. There's quite a few ladies that have called to check on me, that I've been able to hang out with, always classy, always respectful. And things have gone great for us.
Yeah. Yeah. Yes.
So yeah, things are going good. My relationship with my family and everything is a lot better. My aunts, I love my aunts. My little cousin, my grandmother has been my confidant and listening ear for me. And those people have definitely been my village.
Yeah.
And that's been important when it comes to having children. Who's going to be there for you? Who's going to be your village? Who's going to be your support system? And so my family, definitely we've been through a lot, but we're there for each other no matter what.
Yep, and that's all that it is. You know what I'm saying? It's a blessing to be able to bounce back from things and not allow it to affect, the current relationship. And it's also important, like, as much as we change, to have people who align with that current mindset. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes it'd be difficult because it's like, dang, I want you to come with me, but you still on that same old stuff. I can't, and I'm not going to hinder my growth. I'm going to let you be who you are. But I can't have that, and I don't require that at this time. So
you have to let people be themselves. Man. Just like,
be you. I ain't got to deal with it. Be around it.
Yeah. I'll say that even with family, like you forgive and accept for you. it's not doing them any kind of special favor. You do it for you. Don't stress yourself over it. Like that person is grown. That person is an adult. That person has a right to be function, however. If you need or want their support and you come to them, I just had a situation. You come to somebody for some support and they got 20 or 30% to give, you gotta just be happy for that 20 or 30%. And you might just have to piece it together. It's our responsibility. This is my goals. This is my mother's goals. This is my aunt's goals. These are my goals. So if I ask my mother for a favor, if I ask my aunts or something for a favor, they can only do it to a certain degree or to a certain extent. It's important for us not to get upset.
Yeah, absolutely.
Don't get mad, don't get upset, don't get in your feelings, don't hold grudges, be at peace with that. Like, that's still your family, that's still your tribe. And you also, right? Somebody might come to me and I want to give 100%. I always want to give 100%. But my cup needs to overflow.
Yeah.
And so I'm learning now to say no more and say, you know what, I can do it, but only to this degree or only to this certain extent. Because, that's just how things sometimes have to be.
Yeah, you got to put boundaries up.
Healthy boundaries.
Boundaries and stand on them 10 toes. I was just talking about that the other day. Like, it's okay to say no. I don't feel like doing this.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I wish I could help you out. And sometimes I be feeling bad for telling people no, because that's just I'm a natural giver. I want to give. I want to help in any capacity that I can. But I found that, I end up being overwhelmed, drained at the end of the day. So now I got to say, no, I don't want to do that. And, at the end of the day, you also got to understand that sometimes other people's emergencies ain't your emergency.
It's not. It absolutely isn't.
This is not my problem.
It absolutely
You know what
isn't.
I mean? So you got to be able to know how to, balance the both.
Sometimes people be tripping out over things and you'll be like, are you serious?
Oh my God. Yeah. What's going on here?
Or we just have different capacity. But let me say this.
Yeah, different capacity.
I'm going to say this. One last thing. November, I am coming out with my guided journal.
Oh, wow.
I've been working on a guided journal, everybody. And for me, it has been life-changing. If you really want to see transformative change in your life, it's important to get into words where you are, what you've been through, and where you want to go.
Yeah.
Where do you want to go? And intentionally set the tone for what would you like to see happen? Where do I want to go? What would make me happy? What would bring me the most peace? Or what have I done today that I'm the most proud of?
And this will be available on your website as well?
We're going to do this on Amazon.
Okay.
We're going to do this on Amazon, and we're going to put the links on all our social media platforms and on the website.
Okay. So y'all, again, all of her info is going to be in the description box. Make sure you look out for that. And we're about to play a game. We're going to do 3 do's in fashion and 3 don'ts.
Okay.
And I don't want just anything. I want the 3 don'ts to be something that people do that you be like, no. And then I want you to explain why the no.
You about to have me calling some people out. Okay. All right.
3 do's and 3 don'ts.
Just now, just do it?
Yeah. Okay. Or how about this? Or maybe, I don't know if that's too long for you. You can choose how you want to do it. 3 do's and 3 don'ts for women and 3 do's and 3 don'ts for the men.
Oh,
because we got men listeners too.
All right. Let me just first say, I don't judge, do you? But it is important that you own how you look.
How you gonna do you?
How are you gonna do you? Like, you really thought that somebody was gonna think that was okay? Or you really thought that nobody was gonna talk to you sideways or talk to you crazy after you came out the house like that? There was a lady on social media who went to a job interview with shorts on.
I seen that, and I was not understanding why she did that.
And you want us to be on your side?
And you want us to be on your side? You got these Bermuda shorts on, girl. You know
You know you wrong. Like, I know we in 2024, y'all. I know we free in our dress and whatever, whatnot, but we not doing that. Like, that's a complete no. We have to keep a certain decorum and respect.
And then what
on
was
the professional
in the corporate space? You thought they was gonna be like, okay,
it was a tech job, right?
Oh, you're
it was
crazy.
A tech job she was looking for. So yeah, we're not doing
3
that.
3 do's, 3 don'ts.
So that's a don't. Like, if you're going on an interview, dress the part, man. Those standards, navy blue blazer, black blazer, some sort of button up and some slacks. Let's just stick to the standard. If you can't be creative in a way that's professional, just stick to the standard, okay? I'm not a fan of the purple, the blue, the green hair. I'm just not. When I was coming up in the 80s and the 90s, when people wore fishnets, bras, short, outfits and purple hair with piercings, and the people thought that they was selling it. You could get arrested for like, you could get, and I'm like,
ass mess.
Are we performers? Like, is everybody trying to dress like a performer now? Like, is everybody dressing for the stage in their everyday wear? And I'm just, to me, it's a no. It's a no for me.
All right, so 2 don'ts.
Yeah, it's men too. Men too.
Yeah, because
like, what color is your hair, man?
What's going on?
Look, I done seen animal prints in some of these men hair.
Can I tell you one of my don'ts?
What?
I think I'm crazy.
What?
I do not like them cheetah print shirts. Like,
the cheetah print shirt.
Do you? Yes. I know you gonna make it look sexy.
Yes.
But I'm tired of seeing the casual cheetah print shirt with the black slacks.
Yeah.
Like, come on, put a little to it if you're gonna put the cheetah on.
Yeah, if you're gonna put the cheetah on, let's accessorize it. Yeah.
It's giving granny. It's giving grandma.
I had a guy tell me, like, I'm not going nowhere with you with cheetah
print on.
But you
know how to make it cute. It's really how you accessorize it. But I know people who just throw on that cheetah damn shirt. I am tired of that cheetah shirt.
Don't try to be nice. I get it. It's dated. It's giving old lady. Look, I get it. I tell my mother all the time, like, you chose to look old. You ain't got to look like
man. And then also, like, I don't like when people be, okay, so I do understand that everything don't have to be matchy. You do have to understand how to do color neutral things. Mm-hmm. But I get tired of seeing the people with the dark brown shirt on, the olive green pants with orange shoes and the blue purse. Y'all look crazy. And that's not fashion. I don't know.
They say, I don't want to be matchy. I don't want to be this and that. Yo, something. I don't know what's going on. And then another don't for me, I'm sorry, but this whole Kanye West Yeezy thing.
I'm over it.
Like, bro, I don't want to walk around looking dead or looking like Walking of the Dead zombies. Homeless. Like, everything is brown, tan, gray.
You look depressed. Can we liven it up a little bit?
I just think he playing a joke on us. Like, I just honestly feel like Kanye West is looking at us like we stupid, crazy zombies.
And this is his like joke. This for real.
Yeah.
Like, you are not this for real.
I think that's the joke. That's the joke. Y'all zombies, y'all mindless. And so you come out with this expensive, dirty looking
shirt with holes
in it, and people buying it. Like, that's a whole no for me, bro. Like, I'm super, super straight on that. Like, that's a whole no for me.
Well, this might be a part 2.
Yeah.
Because we got so much to say. This might be a part 2. Jen, tell them your socials. Shout your socials out.
So it's J. McCray's Style Boutique on TikTok, J. McCray Style Boutique on Instagram, Jennifer McCray on Facebook, and also J. McCray Style Boutique is the store on Facebook.
Well, friend, I enjoyed interviewing you today. This was a
Thank
real deep,
you.
transparent episode. And I know
Yes, we went down through there, didn't we?
we did, and we're here. And I know the listeners are going to be inspired by you the way that I am, and they
Thank
are really
you.
going to take some good gems
I
from
hope
this interview.
so. I do care.
Thank you
I
for
hope
even
so.
agreeing to come on this and support me in this way.
Absolutely,
And I'm always gonna
definitely.
support you. You know that.
Definitely, yes.
So until next time, gang, thank you all for watching. Again, don't forget I'm doing that $150 Sheen gift card giveaway. We are currently at 399 subscribers. Y'all been going crazy. We are 200 away from 500, man. I
Yes.
can't believe like my channel has been growing like this for real. So I appreciate everybody who subscribes, everybody who watches and comments. Your support does not go unnoticed. So until next time, gang, peace.
Peace. Hey.